Hello Cancer, my Cancerians, my portals of love. Welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, maybe Venus. We'll see where it goes. There is an extended at the end of this. I will be looking into the blind spot of whatever comes out for you. The link is at the top of the description. Oh, well, this is not necessarily your card. So we're going to... Oh, look, isn't that nice? Because I'm just showing you the deck. I'm starting with the Energy Oracle deck. And I'm going to look at what your energy is right now. What is your energy right now, Cancer? And then I'm going to look at the energy that is outside of you. The energy outside of you could be energy that you're moving yourself towards, a cycle that you're going into, or it could be the energy of someone else around you. So let's see what we get. Cancer, my Cancerians, Cancer. Oh, look at that. Wow, good energy. Caring connections, goddess of the moon, man holding a heart, anxiety. There's a lot of stuff in the underline, guys. So, caring connections, goddess of the moon, man holding a heart, and anxiety. And then that's the last one. Oh, and then that's like patience, which is kind of like the Temperance card in reverse. It's interesting. So just the underline in itself, I feel like you and someone else, you are very, I'm getting like, this is like, I would kind of see this like Cancer, Pisces energy, this kind of moon. So it feels like you, particularly pulling out the 6th chakra card is where you are right now. I'm going to show you those in a minute. So you can see there's a feminine and masculine energy here. And there's feminine and masculine energy, some sort of caring connection. Between two people, this may not even, with the 6th chakra, I feel like this may not even be a connection that you're involved in yet, or there's some sort of distance here. I don't even feel like you know or aware of it. I'm not sure. I just feel like because the back is turned, almost like you're really focused on something else. Almost like intuitive information that you're pulling in. You're on some sort of a spiritual journey here. And it does feel like there's some sort of outside energy. And it has a lot of feelings and emotions towards you. And it's causing, I want to say, perhaps them anxiety. Because I'm getting all the red that's in here is sitting in here too. So that's what the underline is. But, okay, we have 6th chakra. That's your energy right now. Your third eye is wide open. Really seeing things clearly, but in an unusual way. You're seeing things that other people are not picking up on, is what I want to say. If you're meditating, you may be getting sort of like downloads, information, visuals. Things are coming in. Meditation is a good thing for you right now. I'm really hearing that. And the victory. So, moving forward, someone around you says victory, which is good. Like abundance, achieving what you wanted to achieve. Let's get some tarot cards in and all this interesting energy you have. Emperor and the Queen of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Moon card, the Tower. There's a lot of stuff. I don't know, lately the information and the what's going on in the background has been quite a bit. I'm not going to hit that yet because I want to get into this. So, with the 6th chakra, you have the 8 of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the 9 of Pentacles. You're putting a lot of work into something here. You know what? I feel like you're putting a lot of work. You have been putting a lot of work towards something. in a physical sense, like this could be like how you earn your money, what you do around the house, something here that you've been putting a lot of work in. Now, it's interesting is that the Lover sits underneath the 6th chakra. I feel like there's an element of your life that you're not getting success in, or you're not seeing success in it. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're not being successful. It's just at the point that you are, you're not seeing an achievement, or whatever you've tried to do up to this point hasn't been successful, and you can't see any success in the future. So it just feels like to you, and I don't know if it's relationships with the Lovers, making choices, maybe making choices in partners or relationships, you're not seeing success in that. Because in a way, I just get this 9 of Pentacles, and it feels like, you know what, whatever you've done, in the physical sense with the 8 of Pentacles, it has lined you up really, really well. With the 9 of Pentacles, this person is really well looked after. They've looked after themselves in a very physical sense. They've got, like, she's got a beautiful wall here. So living in a beautiful house, you know, really doing well for yourself in a monetary way. And even in a physical way, like eating well, exercising well. But then this sits here, and it's interesting that it sits under the 6th chakra, the Lovers. I feel like somehow that this is where you're feeling like you're not gaining. You're gaining in the physical sense, but you're not making, or you haven't made the right choices, or you don't see yourself making the right choices moving forward. And this might be why you're trying to, almost like, maybe this is an element that you haven't utilized before when trying to understand connections with other people. And it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, right? It could be friendship connections, people that you have partnerships with, even at work, or businesses that you, maybe if you have a business. I'm getting, you've either tried to make choices about these connections, like with your mind, like being logical about it, and B, and or with your heart. And you feel like you're not, because I feel like you're reaching, you're like, what is another element here? Almost like, well, what is it that I need to utilize to figure out what are the right connections for me? Because I figured out how to make almost like my 3-dimensional world work. But this human connection, it's almost like it dumbfounds you. So the Emperor, the Queen of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the Moon, the Tower. Sorry, I'm not sharing. I'm trying to read the cards. The Emperor, the Queen of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the Moon, and the Tower. This is an underlining. This is the reason for these cards that have come out. The Emperor and the Queen of Swords are very strong energies. Very strong. I mean, the Emperor is very much a leader in their life, taking control, really standing firm with what it is that they see for themselves and where they want to go and what they want to achieve. The Queen of Swords will cut things out that are not serving her, identifying these things. Oh, now I see. Okay, because the Emperor can be very passionate, and you can see that there with all of the fire, right? The big fist on the throne, like, we will do this, we will achieve this. Like, that's passion. There's passion there. You have to have passion to be an Emperor. You should probably also be analytical too and a strategist. But yeah, there's a lot of passion there. And then the Queen of Swords is very analytical, really thinking about stuff. What I was getting with this energy is cutting things. It's almost like you identify things when they're not right for you at a point where it needs to be cut out. And it's like, okay, well, that's not, but you want to identify things and not have to cut them out is what I'm getting. You want to identify things and not have to cut them out. So you want them to be the right choices. I'm getting that with the 2 of Swords because the swords are now behind your back. It's like, I don't want to go towards things that I have to cut out in the future. I want to eliminate that as a step. And here, now here, this is, you know, with the Moon card tying in again, with the 6th chakra and the Goddess of the Moon. It's feeling like you're trying to utilize another sense here that you've not utilized before. in the past, and it is leading you to a tower moment. I'm curious, actually, before I even get to your victory, how does that lead you to a tower moment? It's a big shift. Like, this is not a gentle tower moment, right? It's not a gentle tower moment. It's quite shocking almost. Because look at the top of the tower's been hit by lightning. Someone's falling. The two people that thought they were getting out, there's someone waiting for them with a spear. It's a nasty tower. Okay, what is this tower moment? Yeah, I don't know who's better off, the person falling from the tower or the two that are caught with it's a leap of faith. Wow. Where did it go? There's a card in here. I know what it is too. You can't hide from me. I'm gonna call you out even if you're not showing your face. I saw this card. Where the heck did it go? It was the Nine of Swords. It was like it did not. No, I'm sure it flipped. Why is this happening? Maybe that's a sign. If I cannot find the Nine of Swords, maybe you're putting it away. Right? Like, no. I saw it flip and land face up. This is one of those where I'm going to have to replay the video because I know what I saw right in front of me. It's gone. That's so weird. I know that. I saw it. And it is. It's a lightweight. Okay, so that's a message. I don't know how it did that. I'm going to play the video. Did you guys see that? Play that back in slow motion. I saw the Nine of Swords looking at me. Down landed. How did it go? That I don't know. So no more thinking. It's kind of like no more thinking, which is interesting. The Queen of Swords, right? There's a lot of thinking involved with the Queen of Swords energy. Really going, Cancer, really going into your energy, having trust in it. Maybe people told you before, oh, you're just silly, you can't know that, or maybe things when you were younger, people didn't encourage your intuitive abilities, like really feeling and understanding emotions on a level that most people are not. And you're kind of reaching for that now. You know what? People told me to make decisions using my mind. Think it out. Figure it out for yourself, hon. And you're like, no. That's not necessarily your strong point. And then other people may have encouraged you, you got to go with your heart. You got to go with your heart. You think, okay, yeah, I feel stuff, very into, feeling that. But there's another level here for you, Cancer, that I'm getting, and you're reaching for it. And what's interesting is this tower moment. I feel like it is a big shakeup, but it's like a leap. You are taking a huge leap of faith into almost something that cannot be explained. It cannot be explained. You cannot explain it, but you know it intuitively. That's the way for you to find some sort of answer here. And then look at the Six of Wands. There's victory. Victory. So this feels like you are moving towards this energy. That's interesting how that Nine of Swords did that. I'm still fascinated by that. That's happened a couple times when I've done a reading, and I know I've seen that card flip and then it's not there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull tarot cards out for the victory. The victory card. The victory card. There's some sort of heavy energy associated with this victory. It's funny. I don't know that this is you. This is the weird thing about doing these energy readings. There's some sort of heavy energy associated with this victory. Okay, here's what I'm getting. So the underline is the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and then it's in the reverse. There's some sort of balance that's trying to be achieved. I feel like you're trying, you know, it's really weird. So what I'm getting with this reading, I'm kind of hearing that this underlying is the reason for what's been pulled out here. The reason for what's been pulled out here is that someone's carrying a heavy burden, and for some reason I feel like it's you. I feel like it's you carrying this heavy burden, and here's that Fool card. The Fool card is the energy of going almost towards this Tower moment. Just knowing. I'm going to say this. I feel like somebody's reading you. I feel like somebody is reading you, Cancer. And with the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Hierophant, I feel like there's an awful lot, either that you're balancing options and choices that you have to make, really trying to keep the stability and the balance. Even create a nest egg, you know, with this card too, the way they're nurturing and putting little coins in there. And then the Hierophant, and I want to say this because the Hierophant has been coming out as a very heavy suppressive energy for the last like week on the channel. And sometimes I kind of get the card of the week, and the Eight of Swords and the Hierophant were in line. Like, oh, I don't know how many signs it came in line with. But I'm feeling like almost like someone is reading you. Almost like the tables are turned. Like almost like the tables are turned and someone is reading you. And this is why I'm really getting that. So the Page of Swords, the Fool card, and the Ten of Wands. This is where I get like someone is reading, yeah, like somebody is watching or listening or observing. But it's not, like, not a creepy way. I don't say that. The Page of Swords is never really creepy. Unless there's something that comes out with it that's creepy, like maybe the devil or I don't know what. But it's not creepy. It's like they're reading you. They're observing you on an intuitive level, on a body language level. I don't know what it is, but they're reading you. And they're almost watching for the signs and the synchronicities to take a leap of faith. Like they can see that there's something heavy that you're carrying. What that is, well, I don't know. I mean, the only thing that looks like heavy that would be you carrying is you don't understand. You're having trouble understanding, it feels like to me. You're trying to utilize some sort of other method or source here to understand connections with people or the connections you have with people. It's, okay, so this is what I'm getting. It's like for you to understand the connections you have with people, I want to say that you've been misled either by how people portray themselves to you in an intellectual sense, maybe with the words that they say. Maybe people have betrayed you, or I want to say betray. I don't feel like people have necessarily tried to betray you. And I don't know that you're feeling that. I almost feel like you're sensing that you're not reading it right, or you're missing missing the red flags, missing the indications along the way, missing the breadcrumbs. And even in terms of following your heart, you feel like that has misled you, or it's not guided you. So you're really trying to work with the sixth chakra. But the funny thing is, as you're trying to work with that, I feel like someone else is trying to read you. And maybe that is the answer. Like maybe if you're trying to go into your sixth chakra so much or so often and someone else is trying to read you, maybe, I don't know, there's a connection. It's funny reading. I didn't say it until I went in to do the extended for Gemini. But when I walked into their reading, even on YouTube, there's a weird energy. And their reading is, it's not quite as weird, but there's a different sort of message coming through for sure. So let's just see. Let's see what we have with the Lovers. The Lovers. Jeez. The Emperor, the Ten of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, I feel like there's this need to try to claim leadership in your life. But this is a heavy burden when it comes to connections with people. And with the Queen of Swords, just like getting to the point where I just need to cut this out again. I just need to cut this out again. You could be dealing with someone too who might be, or like at this point in time, if it's one individual that's kind of led up to this feels like more like a progression, even over a lifetime. If you could be dealing with someone who's an Aries or someone who's in some sort of position of power, even in your life or the community. And again, this has become a heavy burden, and to cut it out. So, the Ten of Wands. Okay, well, what is the Ten of Wands? The Nine of Wands, yeah. See? It's almost like you just can't do it anymore, whatever this is, or trying to figure this out. So, the Page of Swords, like, what is this person learning? The way that card did that. I gotta look at you. The King of Wands. It didn't come. Did you see it do that? The King of Wands. The King of Wands is very intuitive. The Page of Swords, the Queen of Hearts. What is this person learning with the Page of Swords? The Queen of Cups and the Nine of Swords. I think this person is well, there's your energy, the Queen of Cups. But I think this person is learning that, A, you are a very loving and caring person, but you're definitely in your head. Trying to understand things that you can't understand. It's almost like the answers. I'm getting the message for you. The answers are almost like at your fingertips and then they're gone. It's like the answers are almost at your fingertips and then they're gone. That's what I'm getting here. And my arm is so itchy. This happened once before. Why does that happen? The Fool card. The Fool. There's the Tower. The Tower and the Three of Cups. So this is like a reconciliation. It could be a reconciliation energy. It could just be like just going and having a good time. But it again, it feels like there's the energy. This person is taking a leap of faith to connect with you in a very jovial and fun sense here. And maybe you don't expect this. I don't know. Because it's a Tower moment. It's just so weird. It feels like somebody is reading you. Who is reading? Who is reading Cancer? Oh, that's too many cards. That's enough bigger. Let's make it more precise. Forget. Who? All right. The Ten of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Something that you've probably ended. There was an ending here, and it's been very slow. It kind of feels like it was very slow into an ending, to be honest. It feels very slow into an ending. Like some sort of major ending here. Yeah, and look at the World is at the bottom. The World is at the bottom. Some sort of major ending. But I don't know. I'm just going to put one more card on the Caring Connections, and then I'm going to do a fairy card for you. The Caring Connections card for Cancer. The Caring Connections card for Cancer. The Death card. Very scorpionic. Endings and rebirths. It comes in with the Death card. So if something is ended, there's sort of defensive or very cautious energy. Like not sure how to, again, not sure how to read something or understand someone. Okay, so here's the thing too. If somebody's reading you, someone who's very intuitive is reading you, whether they know this or not, I'm getting the message. Because there's some sort of difficulty for you understanding. They have like a block. Whether they know this or not, but they have like a block around them where there's parts of them that cannot be read. And I'm getting that, like, you can't, because it feels like this is something playing out for you in a lifetime, but it's almost like come to some sort of a head at some point here with some sort of connection for you. And literally, like, this is why this is so, like, you are so intense with this energy right now, because it's just like, it's almost like it's at your fingertips and then it's gone. And it's at your fingertips and then it's gone. I don't know if you know how to read somebody. It's not that you don't know how. What I'm trying to say is this person has a block around them. Almost like an energetic block. The Page of Swords. The Four of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Swords. Yeah, this person may not realize that they have a block, and maybe you don't. Now, why they have a block, I don't know. I'm getting like two scenarios. Either A, their intuition in some way, just like energetically, creates a block. So other people have difficulty reading them fully and completely. Even other intuitives. Or B, this person as well as yourself are going through like some major karmic cycles and changes. And while doing this, you have to make some certain decisions. And those decisions can have a lot of influence around them. Because they're based on like making big spiritual choices for yourself. Like where you're taking your soul's direction as you're moving forward in this lifetime and paving the way into next lifetimes. There can't be like, and particularly too if you're clearing karmic energies from the past and you're lining yourself up to new karmic energies, there cannot be a lot of outside influence. You have to be based on your choices, your free will, your free choices here. So that could be a reason for serving blocks here. So with the Page of Swords and the Four of Wands into the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, the underlying of what I've pulled out, I feel like it feels like you two people trying to read each other. I almost feel like this person is reading you better than you are reading them. And the Four of Wands, like this is kind of like a celebration. This is maybe even a connection that should be celebrated. But there's an awful lot of thought and trying to assess it to get it into better energy. Because it feels like there's been some sort of major shift or change or ending in it. And it's just that, it's some, whatever led up to it, whatever's happened, it's left like this defensive energy because perhaps you just can't read it. You're not reading it. Or them. Or fully. Like that's your fingertips and then it's gone. I know Cancers will be like, yeah, I totally get it. Like, see, that's not a, well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. It's, because everybody has intuition at different levels, and particularly too, depending on like I could have a Taurus coming into this reading, and the rising could be Cancer, so they'd be totally getting this. But someone with a lot of heavy Earth energy, like this is the kind of reading where I will get those comments like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're just talking gibberish. Depends on the sign and who the message is for, right? It's kind of like me being a Gemini, an Aries Gemini. I was doing some readings for Capricorn. I was like, it's so heavy with pentacles. How are you guys doing it? I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. So, oh, this is a really cool card with the badgers. Nature signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds. Wow, that's a really fascinating message for you guys to get. Like in terms of messages and signs. Isn't that neat? That a little bit like there's some sort of fairy energy intervening, participating in you trying to communicate or understand someone. Maybe even them trying to communicate to you. And it's blocked, but somehow it's showing up in nature. Somehow it shows up in nature. And there's that grounded pentacle energy. Ah, see? Maybe you haven't utilized that one yet. Nature signs. Be receptive to subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and our minds. That's pretty cool. What'd you get at the bottom? Pure intention. The Fairy of Manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. So that is really too just as like a reminder to try to keep yourself in very high energy. Try not to overthink things too much. In nature too, that's a good place to go to kind of ground yourself. Do some earthing. Put your feet in the grass. All right, I'm going to go to, my goodness, the extended and see what the blind spot is in this one, Cancer. This is a really interesting reading. All right, thank you so much, guys. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.